Okay, folks, welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. Thank you for joining me. We are coming up on episode 50. I believe the next episode will be episode 50. It's kind of crazy that it's been this long, to be honest with y'all. I've never done anything on YouTube before, really, until I started this series. And it's been great to kind of get some practice here, see what this is like, and learn a little bit more about what's entertaining for y'all, and just kind of share how I'm thinking about things. So really appreciate y'all coming along on the ride with me. If you've been enjoying the past 48 episodes, feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Shoot me a like if you can. If you don't like the video, please don't like it. We want to keep things honest on this channel. But the other thing I'm thinking about too is, kind of what do we want to do after Dyson Sphere Program? And I'm not saying that I'm done with the game anytime soon. But I think it's always good to try a couple different games out. You may have noticed at the beginning of the channel, we were definitely playing a few different things, and I think we got to a point where we thought it made more sense to potentially focus a little bit in one specific area. And I knew that Dyson Sphere Program content was what people seem to really enjoy, so I wanted to focus on that. But there are plenty of other games I enjoy playing, and I'm curious to hear if y'all have any other thoughts on things that you'd like to see us play. So I know off the top of my head, there's a bunch of other games that I do enjoy playing. I know I'm a big fan of City Skylines, which is very similar to Dyson Sphere Program, I think, in a lot of ways in terms of resource management and logistics and transportation. I'm also a big fan of old school Pokemon games. I'm always down to do a Nuzlocke run or a challenge run or something interesting there. So kind of very different styles of content, but super open to whatever y'all would find most interesting. So feel free to leave a comment. Let me know what you think you'd like, and if there's something that I should be checking out, maybe trying in addition to where the channel's at right now. Super flexible on that. So really just open to your feedback. Thanks for coming along on this ride with me. Appreciate having y'all here, and we'll get right back into it. So first things I noticed is there's just a little bit of extra hydrogen at the end of that channel right there. We're going to throw that back in. And I'm trying to remember what we were doing. I was actually just working on this earlier this morning, but it does not mean that I remember at all what we were supposed to be doing. So let's just kind of like hop back in here and see what's going on. So if I remember correctly, we were dealing with some issues. Yeah, okay, awesome. So we were dealing with graphene issues. It looks like that may already be resolved. We have a ton of graphene over here. We have remote demand, but local supply, which is exactly what we want to see. This is also local supply. Let's see if we've resolved the issue over here. We're getting there, so that's good to see. The other thing we could do over here is, or sorry, rather over here. I would say that we could set up some remote demand here, and I do think it's worth doing that. But if you look at what we're actually producing there, it's this stuff, and we have so much of this. What is like broadband cable or something? Particle broadband. We have so much particle broadband that I'm just like not stressed about this right now. Especially if you look at kind of what we're producing here, it's this stacked purple stuff. So this is something I am worried about, though. Looks like our consumption has yet again outpaced our capacity. Oh, I need to get rid of all this plastic too. Nobody really needs this much plastic in their lives, so we're going to try to pop some of this back in. We failed pretty spectacularly at that, so let's just dump some of this here too. Okay, so we're going to keep an eye out, an ear out, some form of appendage out. But the moral of the story here is that we are trying to dump some of this plastic. The other thing that we might do is use this fire ice here to create more graphene if need be. So we have the opportunity to do that if we find out we need to do that. But we're gathering all sorts of off-planet raw materials here, and this fire ice is clearly just sitting here not being used as both local and remote demand. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm going to switch that to local supply. So I do not believe there's any other fire ice being produced on this planet. Okay. What did I literally just say we're going to do? Oh, yes, we need more power. Okay, so let's go over here. We need a few more of these fusion power stations. Oh, of course, we need the one thing we can't seem to find on this planet. All right, so let's go over to Alchiba 1 and grab some more aluminum. Actually, do we have aluminum on this planet? I know that we do somewhere. I think it's over here. Let me see if we can just sneak some aluminum from over here. Say one of these guys, maybe. Aluminum, where are you? I, truth be told, don't even remember what we're making with aluminum. It's been a while since I spent this much time on LG before, and I'm clearly losing it. Here, there we go. Grab some of these, and Yeah, it's these carbon nanotubes. Killer, 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 killer. All right, let's go this direction. Does it bother me a little bit that this doesn't have power? Yes, but since we're already out of power right now, I can't be too bothered by it. Okay, so now we're starting to see some pretty serious production, which is great. So I'm just going to actually snag all these as they come off the presses here. This is a pretty healthy pipeline, though, I think, so I'm not worried about running into too many issues here. We're just going to kind of keep snagging these, and then we'll stop once there's a decent amount. Okay. What are we building? These guys. Boom. Okay. Actually, go grab a few more. Just make as many as we can, really, because it's always good to have a few extra of these laying around. And we have plenty of particle broadband, too, so I'm not, like, particularly concerned about it. We'll be able to kind of keep building as much as we want. Not have to worry about it. Okay. Yeah, so the way we have it set up here, we have all these extra chests. I'll actually, you know what? Let's even, let's cinch this up here, right like that. And then we'll let these start stacking, because we don't need all of this extra broadband. We're looking for more like just-in-time broadband, you know? All right. So let's pop up here. Where was it? It was down this direction, wasn't it? Ah, over here. Okay, let's grab a little bit more of this. So we can make just a few more of these. Cool. So I'm okay with us pausing at this point, and we are going to have to keep expanding Power Island. Good news is we are finally in a position where we do not have to worry about how much foundation we have. So Particle Island can keep moving right back here, and we will not skip a beat. Okay. So I'm going to delete that really quickly, and I know it's going to get mad at me. But let's just pull these right back. Do 4 back here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. I like to overbuild when we have the opportunity, right? We know that we're going to need all this fuel. Let's just overbuild it. And the nice thing about this too is that if you look at how much fuel these take, you really don't have to worry about it. We have these like really fast ones, but each one of these, it takes so long to burn this deuteron fuel rod that you really don't have to worry about using. Yeah, oh my gosh, look at that. We're doing just fine. You really don't have to worry about using too much at any point in time, you know? Wow, we are really still not. Oh, it's probably because we're now. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. These are all capped pretty low. Interesting. Okay. Huh. What if I take all of those? Let's take these two. This one is a little bit more full. Okay. So then we'll expand this one out. Let's make this maybe just 2 lines on this one. Dump those in. Actually, we should grab a few of those. That's not what I want to do. Oh, well. Really fully stock that up. Dump all those back in. Cool. We're in a good spot. All right. So what this is going to do is ruin our stacking for a little bit, but I feel like a little bit more comfortable about having this much as our buffer zone here. And I don't really want to make any more deuteron. I feel like these are working just fine. All of these are hooked back up again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 reactor chains here. And I think we should be okay with that. We have enough, these guys, for another set of reactor chains. Actually, for several. This is 88, so for, 11 more reactor chains if we so desired. I think we could push out here if we really needed to. I just don't think that we're there yet, so I'm not going to... ooh, this is concerning. That is why we're having this problem. Okay, so we are at the point where our graphene is tapped out now. So let us shift over here and build a little graphene cycle off. Graphene burn off here. All right. It's graphene. All right, and then we're going to use the slowest no, we're not. You're just going to burn it. Oh, man. Okay. There we go. All right, so let's see what this rate looks like. Okay, clearly not a problem here. Actually, if anything, let's speed this up. This one was a pretty tricky one to get right last time, if I remember. You should remember in the last episode, I think we had to deliberately switch how this tank was running, and now you can see we're actually pretty low on hydrogen here. I believe it's because of this graphene backup, so we'll see if this helps here. Actually, let's upgrade that just in case. So this is in fact burning our graphene. I don't know if it's doing fast enough that these can start up again now. Let's see how this goes. Just kind of keep an eye on it for a minute or two. It looks like I think it's going to start up again, but we'll keep an eye out. What if we actually speed up time here? Nope, that is not working. All right, here's what we're going to do instead. Switch up to a larger one. And then pull this across, and we may want to rebalance this in just a minute. I'll use two of these smaller ones here. There we go. And then let's upgrade. Okay, let's see what that looks like. We're gonna basically, again, just use that to kind of clear everything out, speed everything up. There we go. Yep, now we're gonna start to see it, I think. Woo, oh my gosh, look at how fast we can run. Oh, beautiful. Okay. All right, looks like everything's cleared up, so let's bring that down. There we go. So what we want to do, it's going to be really tricky to hit this because you have to basically get it exactly right. I don't think we're going to do that. So I think realistically what we should do is just not assume that this is going to be a source of graphene or graphite, whatever the hell this is. We're not dependent on graphite coming out of here for anything. So honestly, if we hit net 0 here, I don't think it's the end of the world. Ah, crap. We didn't. There we go. That's what we want to do. But the moral of the story is this actually has to be going down. So let's upgrade this one. And then we should be seeing that net negative. We're not quite seeing that yet. But we did know that last time that did fix the issue. So like, let's let this run a little bit longer. See if we can see that line inch up soon. Looks like it slowly is working, so we'll just kind of let it keep doing its thing. Yeah, all right, we're not noticing any flow issues anymore. We are still at 10,000, but this is going to be a net negative once this line clears up, so we're okay over there. All right, and we're good on power, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah, I don't know why we were getting those power spikes. That's interesting. So I wonder if something else shut off around here. Probably, but that's okay. I'm going to bring power onto this because the little power icon is bothering me. And that's doing pretty well over here. This broadband is starting to work a little bit better. We have some consistent storage here, so that looks great. All right, quantum chips. That's what we were trying to deal with in the first place, right? Eons ago. Our green production, I believe, is all the way out here. Ah, here we go. Okay. Quantum chips. So some of these are being made. Oh, interesting. It's our plane filters that are the problem, but we have more than enough Casimir crystals and more than enough titanium glass. So, beautiful. You know what this means is we can fix this problem really easily. And we have just unlocked the universe matrix. What up? Life, the universe, and everything. Well, here we go. Awesome. That is going to be a great opportunity. I'm really looking forward to starting to use some of that. But first, let us upgrade. Okay. What do I need to make these? All right. Let's grab a few of these guys as they come hot off the press. And we will make a few more MK3 machines. And we'll actually upgrade all of our plane filters to MK3 machines. I think that, to me, seems like the right way to go. The good news is that the thing that was a problem for the longest time was our Casimir crystal production. So I'm hoping that now that we've solved that from both a hydrogen and a graphene perspective, then the sky is really going to be the limit here. The good news, though, too, is that that's also a pretty easily expandable site, as well as this one. So I'm hoping that we can make all of our quantum chips on Algebra 4 and send them over to Algebra 2 for a rocket construction to really start building up our sphere. And that's where we're going to really get those gigawatts. Although we're doing very well for ourselves here. We have surpassed 1.21 gigawatts. In fact, we're at 2.45. We're at double the gigawatts, which is pretty impressive. We have a metric buttload of solar cells. I think that's a technical term if you're not familiar with that. So we're doing well here. But we're going to keep grabbing these, and I'm getting bored, so let's go grab some broadband, and then we'll be right back. Oh, wow, that is something else. That is absolutely nuts. Wow. It's really cool to have this gas giant here, too. That is not something that we heavily modded in. So, every now and then you'll find something that something that is totally natural for this space. Okay, let's grab... that seems fine. I didn't even really look to see how much of this we were supposed to have, but that's okay. What the heck? How do we have these cubes? Alright, well, let's go clean that out in a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, we want to make some of these. Oh, 21. Nice. Don't mind if I do. And then we're going to grab a few more here. I'm assuming this is what we need. I could be sorely mistaken, and then I probably will look like a fool, but that's okay. One of these days, this soil pile is probably going to stop, but you know, that day is not today. We're going to have so much soil, it's not even really funny. I still don't know exactly what the deal is there, but it's just part of this now. I mean, I think this is kind of like the reality of any game that you mod heavily. At some point, you just start irrevocably breaking things. That is potentially the stage that we're at now. And you know what? That's okay. We're having a fun time breaking things. So, all right. So we're good to go there. Let's put these back in here. And we're going to go through and upgrade the rest of these. These are all MK3s. Oh, there we go. I was about to say, there's the color difference. Boom. And we could also run a middle line through here too. What I don't love about that concept is that we're then... see, if we were smarter about this, what we would have done is actually... yeah, I'm just going to fix it now. Let's just do it now. So here's what we're going to do. Let us run our quantum chips through the back here, around there. Going to disable that, pull that chain out, and then we're actually going to kill all of this. I know, I feel like we just upgraded this. It's okay, though. It's going to be just fine. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're actually going to come back here, and we're going to run a line in this way, out this way. This is going to be our Casimir crystals. This is going to be our titanium glass. There we go. So now we can better produce on both sides. And that's really what I was going for here, is that it's going to be easier if we come in that side. And now we can put down on each side. So we can have one set here. I'm going to actually scooch back just one side, and then we can run, use this line, run this in like that, run this in right along here. And that doesn't have to be that fast. So let's pull that back down there. Boom. And let's actually, I know that I just did this, but I'm going to sync this up or tighten this up just a little bit more. Because I think that we may end up wanting to use something on the other side. There we go. Okay. So we're going to set both of these to our quantum chips. Paste that over there. We are going to get grabby with it. Alrighty. We need to go that way. We need to go that way. Perfect. And then you both need to... Why are you upset? Oh, whoops. You're not supposed to be quantum chips. You're supposed to be plane filters. My God. Plane filters. There we go. Okay. And then you can output with the green ones because these do not make them very quickly. 7.5 per minute. You will not run into any issues there. Okay, cool. Let's line all this up. And then now that we're building on both sides, we can go twice as fast, which you love to see. How far back can we go here? Let's maybe just go back here. Seems like a clean cut right on this larger line here. Okay, build everything out. We may run into some power issues. I'm going to pull that out, actually, and then we'll deal with the power issues as they come in. And I think if we line these all up correctly, we won't run into any interlacing issues, but I feel like I may have spoken too soon here because that... No, I think that'll actually... Okay, perfect. Nope, I was about to say, they should pair up okay, so I didn't anticipate we'd see issues, but you never know with these things. Sometimes I feel like they come up with issues just to mess with me. All right, not seeing any power issues yet. I guess if we wanted to really be smart about this, we could have just turned this on. Yep, I don't know why we had those in there in the first place. It's a mystery. Actually, I think we really just didn't do the work to come up with the big power generators until recently. But when we had to make all those prisms for our solar sails, we ended up doing that over here too. Okay, perfect. All right. So our production is definitely looking solid over here. Plane filters are still net negative, but that's okay. It's going to take them a while to produce. And over here, we are doing just fine with these guys. So I'm not going to, I mean, this is comical, frankly, right? This is absurd. They're upset because I don't have enough plane filters. I'm going to wait for all of these to start working before, here, let's actually speed this up for a minute. I'm going to wait for all of these to start working before we start upgrading any of these to MK3s. We would go back to production, local planet, plane. Consumption rate is 1.4, production rate is 1.5, so we actually should be okay. Oh, interesting, our theoretical max here. Okay. That's interesting to see. So why are we not hitting our theoretical max here? I don't really know. To be honest with you, I don't really know what theoretical max means in this case. So what we are going to do, though, is I think keep extending this out until we align our theoretical max here with our theoretical max over there. And the great thing about building on the latitudes is that I don't have to worry about curvature. So that is a huge help here. We can just build straight along as long as we want. We don't have to worry about it, except when we don't line things up properly, kind of like that. There we go. Move that out of the way. Oh, interesting. We are missing power at the end here. Here we go. Fixed it for you. That was a terrible thing to do. I don't know why we did that. Let's turn power back on. So there's actually the larger issue here. So let's pull that power out. Put in something a little more sustainable. Where? Okay, I see. I think maybe like right here. And maybe like right... we don't really need that. Maybe... There we go. Something cheap. Because we are cheap. Okay. Then we can just keep running these all the way down until we run out. We have 17 more of these, so we'll see how far we get. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we are going to run out. It's just a question of when, not if. Let's... Oh, whoops. I don't know why we have all this stuff in our inventory. Let's share the wealth. Chuck these back in. Still can't get rid of that damn plastic, but that's a problem for another day. Put as much of this in as it'll take. Still don't know why we have these. Honestly, we can just get rid of these. We have so many of these, so I'm not too worried about it. Okay. Then we wanted to see how many more of these we can make. We clearly have more of these. Awesome. So we just need our particle broadband. And then we'll need to go grab some of these chips that are coming out here as well. So I'm going to go grab those chips real quick. I feel like this rate, you know, I'm just staring at it, right? But it feels like it's making them a little bit faster to me. So we'll take a look at our production stats in just a second. But I'm going to grab a few more of these chips first. Alrighty. I'm sure there's a better way to do this, but this is the way that is frankly the easiest, right? Okay, what does this button do? Oh, that's the star map. Oh, this is very helpful too. I obviously haven't looked at the star map in a while, but this is nice. Planetary logistics information. I dig it. This is what I was trying to look at though. Okay, our theoretical max is still 7.3. I don't love this, but we can tell at this point that our consumption is clearly in the positive here from production rate. That's real, right? So we'll have to see. It's going to take a little bit of catching up clearly. But you can already tell that more of these are running now than they used to be. So good sign. Okay, we just need to go get some more of that particle broadband. Whoa, okay, there we go. Right over here. Plop. Okay, they're unhappy. Let's find out why. They're unhappy because they're stacking. Cool. That's a good unhappy. Especially because I can fix it pretty easily. Let's take that, dump that back in. Okay. You want to make more of these? Beautiful. That's easy. Okay. Why are you unhappy? Oh, you got more of what you're looking for. Okay, so I'm not going to stress about it. All right. We'll grab a few more chips while we're building. Truth be told, I don't even remember what we're building with these quantum chips over here. I think it must be green energy matrix. Oh, speaking of which, we need to set up a new technology to be researching, because right now we're just sitting here twiddling our thumbs. Something I would like to do in a future episode too is actually build another research silo, essentially on the southern pole of the planet. Well, the real question is going to be how much longer do we actually have to research things, because we may be able to repurpose our research station here. That's mission completed. Yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So I guess we can just research this. It's level... I mean, is there anything else? I think we decided there's nothing else we can build over here. Well, yeah, let's actually do this. Not that, clearly. And then all of these, I think, require... Yeah. Yep, they're all universe. So actually, here, we'll do that one. We'll do this one. And then... we can queue up. Let's queue up level 3, I guess. Can't hurt, right? Okay, so at least we have something queued up to be working on. Grab a few more of these. So then we can start running them through our... A few more of those. Okay, cool. Now it's a particle broadband problem. And this means we can just dunk these back in. And dunk these plane filters back in. Wow, look at that beautiful... Beautiful lineup right there. Oh, we have so many of these. This clearly was never going to be a problem. That's always a good feeling, too. All right, cool. This is looking really good. We're not quite positives on our plane filters yet. Consumption rate is increasing, as we would expect. We can see more of these running. Not all of them, clearly, but, you know, we're getting there. We're going to throw some more of these down. All right, we're just going to keep going. So maybe we can walk through on the production line. Tiptoe on the production line. Here we go. All right. What is our production rate now? Still a little bit higher. Not quite as high as I'd like, but, you know, it's okay. Can't always get what we want. How many more of our MK3s do we have? 34. All right. That sounds to me like an invitation to keep going. And the other thing we're noticing is that we're not running out of resources. So the other nice thing about this, nice is a strong word here, but it's slow. These are really slow to build. I don't know if y'all are noticing this, but this is not a fast moving line by any means, right? These are building at 7.5 a minute, right? So each of these is taking, you know, a not insignificant amount of time to make, which is something to keep in mind here. So that means that we can make this line really, really long without having to worry about injecting more raw material into the line, which is nice because, as those of you who have seen us struggle with other places, namely off the top of my head, I know that was an issue with our Casimir crystals, actually, is having to inject, I think it was iron or something, or hydrogen, right? We had to inject hydrogen into the line because Casimir crystals just consume so much hydrogen during production. That's a huge pain in the ass. So this is actually a lot easier to build. In terms of a template, it's literally just, you know, keep going, which is a very easy template to follow. Speaking of keep going, we're about to run out of power. So let us fix that. We can go, looks like probably, actually we could go, well here, maybe let's put it on this side instead. Go right down, here, delete that, right down there, there we go, like that. Nice. Okay. Down here. All right, let's extend this just a little bit more. Actually, will that fit? I think we need to go just a tiny bit more. I could be wrong, but would it hurt? That's not what I wanted to do. The turnaround, every time, it's killing me. That'll go right there. I cannot flip those around because it does not work that way. There we go. All right. What does this look like now? Nice. Theoretical max is above my theoretical consumption max. And you'll notice, I mean, look at this ratio. It's almost a 3-to-1. It's crazy. But I think that's what we need. Of course, we're going to go screw up our production max as soon as we convert any of these into MK3s. So that's good to know. We might actually trim this whole line down. You know what we're seeing here is that these are going for such a long time. Let's trim this line down. Okay, so the only other annoying thing that we can do, well, actually, we could do the same thing that we did over here. Yep, we're going to do it. We're going to cut this whole line down and restructure this. And we're going to do it with MK3s, so it'll go a lot faster, and we can use a lot fewer of them. Do we still have enough MK3? We have 16. It's probably enough to start. I'm going to go grab a little bit more broadband so that we can build a few more. And we'll use MK3s for all of our production over there. It's going to be nicer, I think. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice, nice, nice. 31 more. Don't mind if I do. Oh, wow. Our cap is more broadband. Then let's just go grab some more and keep going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many more can we make? 9. All right, solid. And then let's ditch the broadband. Cool. All right, resort that. Back over here. We can drop that in. Nice, that was fast. Always like to see that. What else do we need to drop back in there? Plane filters. And of course we can't fit the processors back in. That's okay. We'll get there. All right, so what we wanted to do here is for our quantum chips, we need our plane filters and our processors. So let us assume we're going to do the same thing we did over here, which means we're going to go in there. We're going to pull out processors here, pull out plane filters here, and then we're going to have something else going in that direction. There we go. Okay, so let us assume that we're going to build this way. Give ourselves a little bit of leeway here. Go in this way. Yep, get rid of all that. It's just easier. I probably didn't need to do that, but that's okay. Here we go. Okay. Throw in one of our guys here. Need a little foundation. There we go. Did the here. If I turn that back. There we go. Get rid of it. Probably paid in foundation for that, but that's okay. All right. I'm going to put this guy right here. And we can run these lines out and around. Boom. Boom. Okay. You are going to be making quantum chips, and you're going to love it, by the way. It's a lot of fun. I myself have not made a quantum chip, but I've heard great things. So I think you're going to have a blast. 15 per minute. That's what I like to see. That is a pretty ridiculous pace. And then the other thing we're going to do over here is now take this, do a little flip it, and no, we're not going to do that. I lied. I always get too cocky with the flip it and reverse it. When we're doing the first one, it's just easier, you know, to just take it easy on yourself. And we're going to cut that. We're actually going to use the slower pace here. We may change this pretty quickly. What the heck? Did that just go in the middle one? No. Bad. I'm just hitting buttons now and hoping that something happens. There we go. Okay. And then you can't grab anything. That's so sad. I'm sorry. There you go. Yeah. Now you have hands. Or grabbers, rather. 15 per minute versus 7.5 per minute. Interesting. So these are building at exactly half. So this needs to theoretically be a 2-to-1 ratio here. But if you look at how many plane filters this needs per quantum chip, it's 2. So I think that what that actually means is that it becomes a 4-to-1. I don't know. I'm not a big ratio guy. Actually, I think it shouldn't. No, it should matter because this can build 1 quantum chip, but that's actually 2 plane filters. This builds 1 plane filter. Yeah, so you need to quadruple it, I think, which is what explains this absurd ratio. I mean, it's obviously not working right now because we just ripped this whole damn thing down, but you know what I mean. So someone who's better at math, if you want to correct me on what I'm doing wrong here, I would appreciate it. But I think if we've acknowledged the maximum capacity here is 7.5 per minute to build 1 plane filter, it means that you need 2 of these to build 2 plane filters. And if you add 2 of them, that would essentially be 15 per minute, right? Or rather, to build twice the amount of plane filters, you would need twice as many. So yeah, so they're building half as fast. And not only are these going twice as fast, but they also need 2. So that's a 4-to-1. Yep, I feel better about my math now. Not substantially better, but better enough that I can move on. And that's really what I'm looking for, right? All right. So let us extend this out too. Let's go out here. Keep going. And we don't need to build a ton of these. I'm just going to kind of try to keep an eye on this production ratio here. 2.9. So we'll go out a little bit further. Nope. But this is way more compact than the old version, and it's very extendable, which I like. Okay. The theoretical max is pretty high still. I don't really know how that's being calculated, to be honest with you. I think that's coming from the mod that I installed. So if anyone is using that mod, it's like better stats or something, let me know if you're familiar with exactly what that entails. We could tighten this up a little bit if we want to, and we do, so we're going to do that. Tighten this up and around. There we go. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That's okay. Boom. All right. And we're seeing pretty consistent plane filter storage at this point. Awesome to see. Yeah, that consumption rate. Interesting. Our theoretical max is higher, though. All right. I wonder... It can't be a... Yeah, it can't be this. So, we'll keep an eye on this. Oh, interesting. Look at this. Now we are... our Casimir crystal production is failing us. Yeah, that is nuts. Okay. Let's go take a look at our Casimir crystals, because I suspect that that's going to be a problem. I think they're over here, if I remember correctly. Well, hello. Not Casimir crystals. Particle containers. We meet again. Casimir crystals are getting all flummoxed, all turned around. They're up here. There we go. Yep. I kind of knew this was a botch job. And... Oh, well, this is why it's a botch job. It's because we do not have any optical grading crystals. I've heard that that makes it harder to do this. Why is that? Oh, it's because they're not here. I see. We have as many ships as we can. All right. I think I know the obvious answer to this, which is... Oh, we have no interstellar stations right now? That seems like, honestly, a huge oversight on my part. So let's fix that. Oh, particle containers, where art thou? That was an epic psych right there. You all thought that I went to the particle containers on accident, when in fact, I went to the particle containers because I needed more particle containers to make our wonderful interstellar logistics stations. But I also need aluminum for that, which I believe is over here. This guy has learned his lesson. I don't want to toot my own horn or anything, but consider me horn tooting. Grab a little bit more of that. I also find the deuterium producing sound to be one of the funnier sounds in this game. So I'm going to continue to sit here and enjoy it because it's hilarious. Alright, so now we can put that back. Thank you very much. And now we're just stuck with this titanium. I'm actually going to kick this out to 14. Dump this back in. Kick it out a little bit more. Dump that back in. And then kick this back down to 1200. Because I'm evil. This has already way too many particle containers in it. These are going to be producing particle containers back over here. So I am, in fact, going to have an excess of particle containers. But you know what? That's not the worst. Oh, nice. I'm not, actually. Alrighty. That is great to see. So what we're going to do here, I think, I know we debated whether or not we wanted to kick this up to a full-time interstellar connection, and I think we are going to do that now. Actually, totally just got cold feet. Let's let all of these run out really quickly. All right, we're going to change this to storage. We're going to let it pop those in, let all these run out. See how much hydrogen we run out of. Storage again. And then let all of these Casimir crystals get pulled out. Let's speed this up real quick. And then we'll just replace this with an interstellar. But I also think I want to pull as much hydrogen out of here as possible. So we're going to set up a quick just container right over here. I don't think we needed that many, but that's okay. We'll run a line of hydrogen out here. Cool. None. That's what I wanted. Oops. I keep hitting caps lock. That does make it harder. There we go. So we'll drain our excess hydrogen out that way. Perfect. And that way I don't have to worry about storing it myself. I don't think we need the extra one. All right, so just let that go. And then we'll upgrade this. I wish you could actually, I wonder, yeah, you can't do that. It's like, that probably is too easy, right? No, it doesn't work. Oh, well. A chain upgrade. You know, I've never actually used this chain upgrade. So I should check this out a little bit more. Let's just let the rest of this hydrogen slosh out here. Oh, extract fluid. That is nice. That is very nice. I should use that a little bit more. We are incurring a pretty significant Casimir crystal debt here, but you know what? There's only so much you can do. It's not the end of the world, right? All right, do we want to do a little New Year's Eve countdown? I don't know if this will work. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I stopped looking at the screen and then I totally got off count. Oh well, that's okay. All right. Good news is we are out of hydrogen in that specific station area. Okay, that's weird. We'll just kind of quickly kneecap all of those. 13. Now we only have one. What? Sir. I thought they were close enough in shape that wouldn't be an issue, but apparently that's not the case. There we go. All right. You are going to take optical grading crystals. And actually, what we're going to do here is cut that way down. Let's cut this down to 5,000. Because we do want optical grading crystals. Clearly what we need is more optical grading crystals, right? And then we're going to set this to be this. We're going to pull this down to just 100. Sorry, local demand. Thank you very much. Remote demand. Fully staff that. It should now go off into the wild blue yonder to get more of our optical grading crystals. The other thing that we need here is hydrogen. And we also need Casimir crystals. Okay. So. Oh, and now we don't need to be going that fast. Whoops. Okay. So let's reconnect everything here. This is hydrogen out. This is hydrogen out. This is Casimir in, which we don't really have to do anything about. This, let's see if we can reverse it. Nice. Run the hydrogen back in. This is, crikey, I don't know what this is. Oh, this is Casimir, or optical grading crystals, rather, out. There we go. And this must be hydrogen out as well. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So the other thing we can do also is set this to local demand. And that will help with our immediate problem. But it actually has to be on local demand as well because we want to be able to pull it both of these. It'll be interesting to see how this works with this pulling remote demand as well. What we may end up wanting to do is actually running a physical line between these two. I'm not sure if that makes sense yet, but let's kind of just see how this works. Okay, are we still on crazy speed? No, we are on normal speed. Never mind. Okay, so we're actually doing okay here. All right, feel a little bit better where we're at now. Good news is the hydrogen is flowing in. We need, let's say, both local demand and remote demand here. I'm totally fine with that. And clearly we got. Let's actually cap this at like 6,000 because we don't need, you know, a ton of this. Local supply, remote supply feels fine to me. And these demands are great here too. And we need as many of these as we possibly can get. All right, I think we're doing okay here. So let's check these really quick for Casimir crystals. Yeah, so our production rate is hopefully going to be going up a little bit still. Obviously 6 and 8 is a problem, but I think, and this is also kind of problematic to me. We may have to do something about this. The problem is that is really difficult to fix. So what we would potentially want to do is switch these two, run this line over. Can we see what the consumption is here? Yeah, this is the lowest, so this actually should be in the middle. Let's do that right now, and then we'll call it a day here. But I think this is going to be the biggest fix here. We're going to cut both of those off. Oh, crap. I didn't... Okay. All right. Pull that out. Run this down here. We'll run this one over. So, back up 2. Go 1 up. Whoops. Pull back. And down. we go. Boom. Okay. So this way, we can actually come across here. And that looks super wonky, but what can you do? Back up 2, and we need to feed in grading crystals. Up. Pull back. Oh, whoops, sorry. No, actually, we can stay up this whole way. Okay. And we'll go down here. And feed in. Okay. Interesting. Why are you all upset? Because you don't have enough grading crystals. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they're literally sitting right there. All right. Let's go through and just fix this. Oh, this is the problem. I see. Just pull this out. And I think that'll start everything up again. I'll accept these guys because you're just complaining, aren't you? Just complaining down here. No, there's just something weird about it. All right. Every now and then I've noticed like sometimes these things will just glitch out a little bit. I don't know if it's because we placed them with the copying or what exactly the deal is, but just kind of have to remind them. No, it's like there are optical grading crystals right there, guys. There you go. Just enjoy them. They're here for you. Yeah. Live your best optical grading life. There you go. Cut that and throw that back in. There we go. Okay. Awesome. Okay. This is okay, though. I think... Why are we not getting any more? That's my larger problem. Let us check out what is going on. Just vein miners on a specific planet. We want to go way out. Optical grading crystal. They're all working. Or rather, sorry, logistic stations on a planet. Mount. That's a problem. Yep, that is a problem. We're actually running out of our optical grading crystals on this planet. So we're going to have to take a closer look at what's going on there. But there are clearly no more crystals to harvest. If I remember correctly, that planet only had one crystal little spot there. So, yep, that could be a really big problem. So we're going to deal with that, but we're going to deal with that at a later time. Thank you for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. And again, if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and let me know what your thoughts are on what other games we should be playing. Do you want to see something similar to this, more of a City Skylines? Do you want to see something completely different, more like a Pokemon challenge? Let me know. I'm really curious to get your feedback. I'm looking for something to kind of help keep things lively here. And you know that I love this type of content, and I'm going to keep playing this game. But as we think about kind of what we would potentially like to do in the future as well, you know, I think it's good to be thinking about. So thank you for your time and have a great rest of your day.